I'm delighted to be joined by Randy Brown today. Randy, it's a pleasure to have you here with us at LowKick MMA. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how are you feeling about your upcoming fight against Calvin Williams this May 7th at UFC 274?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm put the work in, feel well prepared, and going in and do what we do.
Yeah, the camp has been going well. Are you feeling good about it?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. Camp has been one of my better camps, and I'm in great shape, and I'm ready to go out there and put on a great performance.
What danger do you see in facing Williams? There have been talks that he has that knockout power. Is that something that you're cautious about? Does that affect your game plan?
Absolutely. That doesn't affect my game plan, but it definitely affects my approach. Um, I think that he's very dangerous. You know what I mean? He carries power in both his hands. But that's pretty much it.
Right. And how do you feel about the fight? Do you feel like it would be better for you to stay on your feet or take it to the ground? You have a brown belt in jiu-jitsu and he has a blue belt there. So
Mhm.
how are you planning going into this fight?
Um, the ranking system is very interesting when it comes to the combat sports. When it comes to the actual fight, it's a little different. So I don't really put too much merit into that ranking system. Just it's more about how you put it all together. So, and in this game, I feel like I do have an advantage on the ground, but he does have power. But I also feel I have a advantage on the feet. You know what I mean? Power only goes so far. You know what I mean? It's definitely dangerous. It's a great equalizer, but skills pay the bills.
Yeah, because you started out as a boxer, correct? You are
Yeah.
more used to, you know, the techniques and everything and what constitutes. And having someone like that who has that great equalizer, how did you transition into MMA? And how do you feel boxing gives you an advantage over someone like him?
The transition was pretty smooth. It actually started doing some jujitsu and it kind of just took me away from boxing. But honestly, I think that the I think that with Chaos, I think he does have a boxing background if I'm not mistaken as well. And I feel like the advantages that gives me, it kind of just it puts him in a position where he's predominantly mostly wants to strike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's that's naturally his disposition is I want to throw hands more so than anything else. You know, so being just around boxers and that level of sparring and just that level of intensity, the way they throw their punches. I don't know if there's something he's still doing, but I think it helps with my eyes, me being able to see the punches better. You know what I mean? Coming in at 100 miles per hour. Um, but again, it's not a boxing match. You know what I mean? This is mixed martial arts, so um, it helps me on the feet. It helps me with him throwing those wide, big, powerful punches that he throws.
Yeah, I do feel like he will try to keep it as a standard fight. That's what he's likely going to do, and what we have seen him do, right? Go into those exchanges and just trust on his arm. We also recently saw the match between Bilal Muhammad, who avenged his loss against Vicente Luque. You're
Mhm.
someone who has faced both of them, Bilal in 2017 and then Vicente in 2020, correct?
Mhm.
After this fight, is that a potential matchup you want to get, given the rise in popularity for Bilal in the first place, and then Vicente as well?
Absolutely. That's something I would definitely look to. But right now, I feel like those guys are a little ahead of me. As far as they're like in top five right now. You know what I mean? This fight right here, this I have to focus on this guy in front of me because this fight, the winner of this fight, potentially breaks into the rankings. You know what I mean? So, um, I got to focus on him first, and I'll worry about Bilal and Luque down the line. But I'm sure I'll be seeing both of them again.
Yeah, that would be an interesting matchup to see. Um, Now, you came into the UFC as someone who was featured on Dana White's Looking for a Fight series. So, how different do you feel like your journey has been coming in through that route? And how different are the contracts and negotiations going into it?
It was cool. It was cool. It was very good initially, but the looking for a fight series, I didn't really get all the buzz from it initially when it was, the Sage Northcutt, at that time he had like it was the first episode, so it was huge. And I think the Contender series kind of surpassed looking for a fight in a way. So I feel like looking for a fight kind of got overshadowed by that. Um, for me, I think it was cool. I think I don't really put too much merit into that. You know what I mean? That was then. Now it's just about there's no special treatment. You know what I mean? There's no special treatment. I'm out here fighting the tough fights. You know what I mean? And developing and grinding. Um, the other guys that came up with me on that show, you know, they they had a different path, I guess. You know what I mean? But look, it didn't really work out for them. You know what I mean? So I had to earn it the hard way, and I'll continue to earn it the hard way and just do what I do.
Absolutely, man. And as I can tell by just looking at you and the background behind you, you also uploaded a video on YouTube where you showed the process on developing a PC solely for streaming, and you
Mhm.
have a Twitch streaming that you do. So talk to me about that. What are your plans going forward about engaging with your fans?
So many plans, so many plans. As we know, as you like you said, I stream on Twitch every Friday and Sunday, pre and post fight, depending on the event. Um, and that's pretty much it. I game on Wednesday. I have a YouTube series out. Just to watch me develop my game. Fans get to see like a more in depth uh, version of me, I guess. You know what I mean? Um, that's pretty much it, man. I'm just having fun with it. I'm having fun with it, and um, just trying to show people what this entails. But I enjoy streaming anyway. I enjoy streaming. I got a podcast that I'm looking to start in the future, bring guests and that kind of stuff. So uh, I'm just having fun with it, taking my time.
Yeah, I feel like that really helps develop your own brand and your personality out to the fans. We all love watching that, what goes into being a fighter. And with the recent video that you uploaded where you were doing the ice showers and stuff like that, that was really cool. Do you
Thank
also
you.
do you also stream video games, Randy?
Yes, but here's it's funny, right? You would think I'm a Twitch when people say Twitch, you just think video games right out the gate, right? But for me, uh, when I game on Wednesdays, but and I try to stream it. But for the most part, I only stream the show, the Pro and the Bro, when it comes to the MMA stuff. I like to game. I find gaming as just like my solitude, kind of just to get away from things and change up things. So I don't really like to game and have to entertain at the same time. You know what I mean? So when I'm gaming, I just want to be by myself, or it's me and my friends with my headphones on, and I really get to play. And I don't want to have to be talking to chat and all that. But sometimes, not a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You want to chill out, you want to just relax, not have to make it seem like a walk when you're doing it, right?
Exactly, exactly.
So what are some of your favorite video games that you enjoy playing?
Right now, I've got so many games. I'm a gamer, man. I played so many stuff. So, um, as of yesterday, I'm playing this little random game called Destroy All Humans.
Ooh, destroy
So
all.
you play as a little alien from outer space. It's like a cartoony thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you just shoot shit up and you're flying saucer. It's a fun comedic relief type of game. And I also play Rainbow Six a lot.
Rainbow Six, what's that? Is that like a puzzle game?
No, Rainbow Six Siege. That's a shooter.
Oh,
That's a shooter. That's a strategic shooter where, you know, one team is on offense, one team is on defense. You know what I mean? They got to breach the room. You barricade the room and kind of just hold it down, and they got to plant a bomb. So you stop them from planting a bomb.
that sounds intense.
Yeah, it is intense. It's stressful. That's why yesterday I was playing the little alien game where you run around and have fun. You don't really got to think about it too much.
Yeah. I also saw your tweets regarding the recent Masvidal and Covington altercation, where you reinforced the idea that words do have consequences. Followed,
Absolutely.
so what are your thoughts on promotion, and is there a line? And if so, what about the people who cross the line, right?
I think there absolutely is a line. There absolutely is a line. And uh, my tweet got misconstrued a little bit, and you see, but that's naturally Twitter. That's what Twitter does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, I just say, hey, I think we should kind of keep the same energy across the board, no matter what the situation is. If you like somebody or not like somebody, you know what I mean? Because when Leon got sucker punched, right? It was 3 piece and a soda, right? It was cool, and it was T-shirts were being sold, and it was all funny, right? And then when it happens to Kobe, a person that is known for crossing certain lines and known for saying stuff, and um, it's his fans come to his aid, and they're like, oh, this guy charges should be pressed. Listen, I don't condone any of it. I never condoned it back when it was 3 piece in a soda, right? I never condoned it then. So why am I going to condone it now? I'm just keeping the same energy. No, I think it was a sucker move when when Masvidal did it, and it's a sucker move now. When it happened to Leon, and it's a sucker move now, right? But at the end of the day, you can't go around saying what you want to say and feel like, there's no consequences. You can't talk about street shit and cross certain lines, and then when it comes back to you in the street, you just like there's no consequence. That's not the real world. That's not how things work. We have this warped sense of reality now with the internet and stuff like that. That's just not how things work, you know. So that's just my take.
Yeah, we also saw with the recent Mike Tyson video. I'm sure you must have watched that on the
Yeah.
flight. Saying,
What are people's thoughts? Should Mike charges be pressed against Mike now? And like, no, I don't think so. I think you poke the bear, right? The guy told you leave him alone, and you can't be playing around like that. You can't do that. There's in real life, the internet is the internet for a reason. The real life is real life. So you can't play those games, man. And I'm happy to see that. I like that when those things happen because it gives people a chance to really to take a step back and see where we're headed. You know what I mean? Like the internet is not real, man, and we got to stop thinking because we could do all these things on the internet without consequences that carries over into real life. It doesn't.
yeah, Izzy posted a story on Instagram repeating exactly what you're saying right now. Like regarding the Mike Tyson incident, he said that internet has made social media rather has made people too comfortable disrespecting everyone else. And then when you meet them in real life, it's not the same energy. But I did want to ask you, Colby Covington, as a fight fan, I feel like if I look at Colby Covington, only the fighter, he's an
Mhm.
amazing fighter. He is.
Absolutely.
But when you look at his character, I do feel like he has crossed certain lines, and that's my opinion.
Mhm.
Masvidal, again, he's been a great fighter. He has carried that same street energy throughout, right? Even when he did it to Leon, and after that he got his rise to fame, he would he was proud of it, right? He said, "I had the best sucker punch in the area."
Mhm.
So we know him. I guess it also comes from fight fans being a little fickle, where if you win the fight, you're a star. Where if you lose the fight, it's like, okay, now,
Yeah.
everyone's defending Covington.
100%. 100%. I think just we rewarded it, and now we're not rewarding it. We need to just what are we doing? Is let's just keep everything even and fair of like what we're gonna do. You know what I mean? Let's just keep, like you said, let's just keep the same energy.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Will Smith incident at the Oscars? I saw 5 days later you tweeted about that too.
Um, I only tweeted about that because of the situation in correlation to the Kobe thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, again, I don't condone it, and he's comedians are gonna do what comedians do. My perspective on it was this, right? I'm never a guy that's just gonna run in with my opinion and just like throw shit out there if I don't have the full story. That's just how I am, right? And all of us, we're just spectators. We don't know the dynamics between um Chris Rock, Will Smith, and his wife. They're peers, right? We don't know how they operate. We don't know if they had like a previous issue. We don't know what their relationship is like. If I already don't like this dude and he's up here trying to crack, like don't play with me. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was a situation like that. There's a lot of things that are missing, a lot of context for us, the people. Um, do I condone it? No. Should he have gone up there and slapped him? In my opinion, I wouldn't have done it. No. But again, certain lines are not supposed to be crossed. You speak about a man's wife again. At that point, it's free game. You got to understand. You can make whatever jokes you want, but you just got to know that can happen. You know, you're not off limits. So people nowadays, even like you'll see people make pranks and stuff like that, and it's like the pranks are like they're doing like crazy shit, and then they just oh no it's a prank, and I'm supposed to just be like oh okay I guess it was a prank so it's okay after you done crossed lines and did some crazy shit, you know. So I think comedic relief is just getting to a point where it's kind of like it's entering a gray area. You know what I mean? That people are taking advantage of to just do fuck shit. And I don't like it.
Yeah, there has to be a difference between provocation and making a joke, right?
Yes.
So I feel like that's the point you're touching on as well. The funny thing was Will Smith laughed at the joke first, and then he looked at Jada and he was like, "Oh
Hey,
shit."
that's another situation that we're not aware of, right? We don't know. We see all the stuff play out online and the entanglements and all that crazy stuff, but we don't know the inner workings of their relationship. Only they do. You know what I mean? So we can out here, we can say whatever, make whatever speculation and that we want, but we just truly don't know. you know, so we can spew whatever we want, but we're not in that situation. We're not close enough. We don't know. We just out here just saying shit because they're celebrities. We truly don't know.
You make a very fair point there. So you've also expressed interest in fighting Kevin Holland, right? If he had a successful welterweight debut, which he did, the Batman of the UFC, he has been just stopping crime here, there, everywhere. So is that a fight you're looking to get next?
We'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out. There's a few fights. I got another fight on my mind that I think will be actually pretty good. So but if that's the fight, that's the fight. We'll just see how things work out after this. Right now, I'm focused on Chaos. Chaos is extremely dangerous, and I gotta take care of him first.
Yeah. If I may ask, who is the other fighter that you have in mind after Chaos?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay. No worries. So what are your future aspirations next? Are you looking forward to fight as much as possible? Of course, the title shot or make much money? What are you looking at?
Man, all of the above. All of the above is if my body allows it, you know what I mean? I've been inconsistent, you know, and mainly because of injury, you know what I mean? So my last fight I was injured. I got injured in the fight with the toe thing. So um I was out for 6, 7 months, you know what I mean? So I just gotta wait and see. Gotta wait and see. But my next fight after this, I would love to be active. But I say that every time and always something comes up. So knock on wood, hopefully nothing happens and we can get in there and keep moving forward.
Yeah. Other than video gaming, what are some other things that you like to do in your free time that make you happy?
Well, during the pandemic I got into I wouldn't call it media, but I guess it is. But like I don't know. I'm into like building PCs and then like I got into just besides the streaming, it's kind of like the technology part of it, I guess. You know what I mean? I just want to learn as much as possible about media, I guess. You know what I mean? So it's like cameras, you know, videography, you know, and just kind of putting out content on YouTube and that kind of stuff, you know. So I'm exploring that. I'm exploring that right now. And that's pretty much it. You know, that's what I'm into right now. You know, besides fighting, that's it.
So what's your official prediction for the fight?
My official prediction for this fight. Um, I get it done. I get it done. You know, and I get it done in a very good looking way. You know, to say the least. Let's just put it like that.
For sure. Randy, it's been a pleasure to have you here with us. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to have this interview. And before I let you go, I would like to give you the opportunity to shout out any sponsors, teammates, or anyone else you would like to.
Thank you. Shout out to my team and shout out to everybody. Shout out to Budokan Martial Arts. Shout out to Belmore Kickboxing. Shout out to Daniel Gracie, Henzo Gracie Philly. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to my Paradigm Sports. Shout out to the whole squad, man. If I'm missing anybody, y'all know what it is. And also check out my YouTube channel. Check out my Instagram is touch and go underscore. If you go to my Instagram, hit the link in the bio. You just get all my YouTube stuff and my stream stuff and all that good stuff. Yeah, shout out to the Root Gang.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.